Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and today I want to troubleshoot on my Lenovo x3650 Model 4, that one, because I've been trying to run ESXi 6.5 and passing through a graphics card on that, and a lot of you have seen the videos, and there was a lot of good comments down in the comment sector of that video on suggestions on what to try. And the best one I wanted, or well, I don't know if it's the best one yet, but one of the likely ones was that I had a bad CPU in there, and therefore I should try and swap around the CPUs and take out some RAM and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be trying that. But over here I have actually installed Windows Server 2016 on that server. I popped in a couple of hard drives, took out the USB stick, which is here. The USB stick switch with ESXi 6.5 is right here. So I just pop out the hard drive, put in the USB stick, and I can go and experiment on that. And yeah, that's what we're gonna be trying right about now. But I just want to show you all the stuff working in Windows before we actually go into ESXi. Okay, here is my screen. Over here it has recognized the graphics card. I did install the drivers for it, but that is working. Over here is the control panel, or yeah, control panel, and it sees the processors up here. It sees 384 gigabytes of RAM, so that's all good. So everything is working in Windows, but there could still be a bad CPU. This CPU is 2 8-cores, and with hyperthreading that is a total of 32 logical cores. My best guess is that it's the first CPU in the server that has a bad core, and when I try to pass through the graphics card, that core does something weird and I get the purple screen of death on the server. So well, we're gonna try and swap some CPUs around and take out most of the RAM just to troubleshoot. Okay, I'm gonna start by taking out a lot of stuff. The graphics card, we need to get that out because it's kind of in the way for a lot of good stuff down there. So, and I'll unplug power for that. Then we have this big plastic cover here. I'm hoping we can find somewhere good to put that. Like right there, that would be perfect. All 24 memory slots are occupied, so I'm gonna be removing all of it and just putting a little bit in for support of CPU number 1. Also, I'll have to put the graphics card over in this slot over here, because with only one CPU, only these riser cards over here will be supported. Well, let's start with the RAM. So, as mentioned, I think this CPU might be the bad one. So we're gonna try and take that out. There. And be very careful about it. I really don't like taking these out, especially the socket down here that's the really fragile stuff. So, but we're gonna take this one out as well and just pop over here. So, doing that. There is like these 2,000 something small pins here, and if just one of them is broken, well, the system board is kind of just wasted. that one down first, and then that one. Just give it a tad more of this cooling compound. It's probably gonna be a mess. And I'll put the heatsink back and pop that down. I'm gonna clean the heatsink for over here so that I don't get any of this residue down there. There. Just to protect the socket down there. Get rid of that. And we're gonna pop in some memory, and on the inside of the LED here is the order in which the memory blocks goes in. So number 1, number 4, number 9 and number 12 goes in first. I think I'll just put in the first 4 memory blocks. That should give me the maximum amount of speed on the memory. Each processor has 4 memory channels. This is processor number 1. It has memory channel number 0, 1, 2 and 3. And if I put in a memory block just in the first slot of each of these, I get the best performance of the memory. So I'm going to be doing that. Lenovo has actually marked these slots as the white ones. So I just have to put in a memory block in each of the white ones on the first CPU here. So that is kind of easy. There we are. So nothing in here, CPU in here, 64 gigs of memory. I'll put this back on. And then I'll take this riser card, which goes, which was sitting here, I'll put it over here. It's not really, when CPU 2 is not in, this is not active. So we'll just put it over there for having it out of the way. Take the riser card with the graphics card here and put that over here. And right now I'm running into some trouble because that's not possible. This is a special riser card for a graphics card, and it's not high enough. There's some plastic here that will be in the way, so I do actually need this one, but over here. So it's not perfect, but it will have to do. Taking out the graphics card. Then we'll take this one out again. Need to extend that to have the graphics card fit in it. It goes longer. There is, if you follow my videos, you will already know this. This one is really only a PCI Express X8, even though the slots here are X16s, but they're not real X16s, where this one has one real X16 slot and is able to supply 75 watts for that slot, and the bottom one is an X8 and that is only able to supply 25 watts, and the same goes with this one. I'm only able to draw 25 watts out of these. It might be able to do some more, but well, I'll have to see about that. So with this one we can put the graphics card in the top of it. Okay, I just realized that's not really possible. If you see, if I take this, even though this is a one slot graphics card, if I try to put it in the top, it this piece of metal here will get in the way. It could sit right there, but then I'm not able to access the power plug for the graphics card, which is down there. So that is not an option either. Otherwise that would have been really cool, but with a slight modification to this dude, I think we can do it anyway. there's a little tab here that holds this one from going too far out. So I want to bend that up and well, have the option of taking this off. So specialized tool for the job. Just gonna bend this. Probably enough. Let's see if that will do it. Now we need a little more. There we are. I'm sure the graphics card will fit in there now. Lock that in place. And let's put that down here. And we can put this in. Okay, I actually have this device for putting on the back here. So that I don't need to have this in. Don't need this right now. And the power cable is now too short. Oh, that is just absolutely marvelous, right? I'll get a longer one. So we'll take this one out. Remove it from there. This is a power cable that goes from an 8-pin, which is able to supply 150 watts, to either a 6-pin or a 6-pin that can go into an 8-pin. So awesome cable. This one does exactly the same thing, except this is able to go out into 2 times 8 pins. I don't really like this cable as much. It's kind of a weird one, but well, I hope for this purpose that it will be fine. So the graphics card only needs a 6-pin connector, so we will give it that. Okay, looks like we're about ready to try this out. Okay, I turned on the server and right now it's initializing, booting. I did not change it to ESXi 6.5 yet. I kind of want to see this working in Windows first, then I'll try and swap it out to run ESXi again afterwards. Okay, Windows booted. Let's just see everything. The graphics card is still available, so that's good. The one processor here and 64 gigabytes of RAM, and over here we are now seeing 8 cores and 16 threads. So it's working with one processor here. So I'll turn it off and switch it over to ESXi 6.5. Okay, on the front here I need to remove this drive, come on, which I have installed the Windows operating system on, and that's a 500 gigabyte Samsung drive, that one. Then I have 2 other drives here, Intel 120 gigabyte, is it? No, 480 gigabyte drives, and we'll pop those in the first 2 slots. That's the drive that I have been using on for storage on the ESXi. And we'll just pop this in. Don't pop it all the way in. So now it should be well, so I don't lose it. And we need to go inside of the server and pop in the USB stick. There. Pop that in. Lock that in place. And close it up again. And I'll need to pop in some network cables for this to work. Well, first, the server does not enjoy me swapping around the hard drives. Now it comes out and says that it's missing all the disks that it used to have. So to get around that, I have to enter some kind of a message. So if I press in OK, it will note that I have actually acknowledged that something was wrong. So we can press escape, and I don't know if it boots or if it wants to chat with me about how to set up the RAID controller. Looks like it just might be booting instead. Okay, I was just about to reboot it again, and then it popped up with a screen. So let's see what it has decided here. If it wanna boot or if it wanna be complaining about the drives. Yeah, it's booting. So it will boot ESXi 6.5, and we'll try and get back to it when it's completed with that. It started up. The right CPU is there, 2.6 gigahertz, and there is 83.8 gigabytes of memory. So let's go to the computer and see if it will pass through the graphics card to a virtual machine now, without purple screen of deathing. At the computer here, I've logged in to this host. This is LTV ESXi host number 10, and it tells me that I'm still on my evaluation mode. I haven't given it a license, but evaluation modes, you get all the options, all the good stuff that these ESXi hosts can do. So I'm gonna keep it there until this runs out. Also, I'm running Lenovo's custom image, which it tells me down here, which is nice of it to say so. So let's remove those. And I have virtual machine. I might have one. Let's see if I can find that. Involved. Okay, so maybe my storage is not that great right now. It's not seeing any storage. Create new VF. Okay, it's not seeing the drives, which means that I'll have to shut this down again and go in and see if I can get the two old drives up and running again. I was expecting this to just pop in. It seems it did not do that. So that's kind of a hassle. So I'll have a look at that. Okay, another boot of the host, and it actually found the drive that I made. And on the drive was, well, at least one virtual machine up here. The other one is one that I was planning to do, but never got around to finishing. So let's go into this virtual machine and try and start that. Let's go edit first though. 8 gigs of RAM, 4 CPUs, and right now it has no PCI Express ports. No, we'll remove that. It had the graphics card, but when I move that in the slot, it's no longer available. So let's save that and try to power this on. I'll power this on, it will be booting, and in the meanwhile I want to go and see the manager over here, hardware, and see if anything is passed through, because now that I have moved it, no, it's not passed through now because I've moved it in the slots. So it has disabled that. That means that I have to mark this one, and when I do that, pass it through up here, it says up here that I will have to reboot the server again. And yes, I will have to do that. It says over here enable but needs reboot. Check. So we have to do that to get this up and running. Let's just see the virtual machine first. Okay, shut it down. Okay, but I'll boot the host and make sure that it passes through the graphics card. Should be able to go up here and reboot host. Yes, reboot. So it will do that, and I'll be back when it has done that. Okay, that didn't go as easy as planned. I have a server up and running here, but I had to reinstall it from the bottom. I did get the storage up and running. As you can see, the storage is working and the virtual machines was on it, but somehow they became bad. So I made a new one, that one, and you can just see it's working great. It sees the CPU. I've given it 4 cores, 8 gigs of RAM. So let's try and shut this down and try and pass through the graphics card to it and see if it works now. That would be awesome. Shut down. Go away. There. Edit. And we should be able to
add other device, and there is a PCIe device here, and the only thing we can add is the graphics card. So let's take that one there, and I will make sure that I have this very near at hand, because if it purple screens of death, this is where it will do it. So let's try and power this on. Oh, I forgot, when I add this I have to give all the memory to the server, so that it's not shared memory, but let's just check reserve all guest memory, all locked. There we are. Otherwise it should not be working at all. So let's press that one. It became very small here. I really hate this web interface. Okay, let's try and log in and see if it sees any graphics cards. That would be nice. Something changed because the screen became very small. Resolution. Oh, that's crappy. Do we have anything better? We do have anything better. Let's try that one. Okay. Better. Keep to that. I did that. Okay. That one. So let's see if we have any devices now. Manage. We have the VMware ESXi card, and we have a Microsoft basic display adapter. That might be the AMD card showing up as that. Okay, I'll try and boot this and see what happens. Okay, I did not give this many chances, I must admit. I downloaded the FirePro driver here for Windows 10 to install on this server 2016. I did that on the server out there before we started this testing. You saw that running, and that was with this driver. And well, I wasn't filming because I did not think this would work. And there it is, it's working. What the hell? So apparently I've done something right. Either the first processor was defective, or we just had too much RAM in the machine. So right now it's passing through the AMD FirePro V7900. So that is awesome. And I have also I'm able to see it in here. This is a test program for graphics cards. It sees the graphics card here. All the numbers are correct. Memory size 2 gigabytes of memory, and it's not doing much. Right now the CPU load is 0. It's not doing anything. Most of the stuff is running on, that's probably running on the VMware SVGA 3D graphics card here. So that's probably it. I wanted to test this, so I got the Cinebench test software here. That didn't want to work. Your graphics card does not support required. It's probably trying to run it on the wrong graphics card, because that's the one in charge. I don't know if we can change graphics card. We can. I haven't found that. Okay, so I didn't get this up and running. What I'm gonna be using this for is my video editing. That's the whole deal. So right here I'm starting up a video editing, and in here under preferences and audio, and in here I was able to select the AMD or advanced micro device, which is the graphics card. I recognize that, and I should be able to use that for GPU acceleration of video processing now. That's awesome. That is what I've been seeking for so long. So yeah, I'm waiting on this. Right now it's It's processing the video files here, and when it's done, I'll see if I can get this up and running. I do get an error every time I start the program up, but I hope I can get around that. So I will just see if this works, and if it does, I'll show it to you. Otherwise, meet you in the server room. Okay, here we go. I have prepared this project and selected the main concept AVC/AAC, which is one of the few codexes that is able to do GPU rendering. And I've customized my template here, enabling a render using OpenCL if available. And if I go in here to system and check the GPU, it says that it is available. So I'm crossing my fingers here. So let's render. And it has started the render, and this is an old video. You have seen this, so just pick one. And yes! You can see here that the GPU is loading. 70. Oh, this is so awesome! Hey! This is cool. This is gonna be very fast at rendering my video work. It's almost real time up there, I think. And it's only using 4 cores. We might be able to see that if we peek in here. Yes, it is using the CPU quite a lot also. So it's using the CPU. Oh, it's dropping a little bit. But it's using the GPU a lot also. So that's amazing. Cool.
Amazing! It worked! That's awesome, and I've been waiting for that for a while. So this is what I took out. I took out the second processor, which was actually the first processor. So apparently all the nice comments in the video that I did where it failed again helped me a lot. Someone has been looking at the purple screen of death for me and figured out that it was a problem with the processor. And switching those around and only running with one processor is helping out right now. And I'm only using about 4 cores right now. I could actually go in and give it 8 cores or 16 threads if that was what I wanted. So thank you very much for the awesome helps in the comment section of the last video. Do leave some good wisdom to me down there this time as well. So thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.